is Karl. He is in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and he is a former hacker.
He's a former hacker?
Yes.
Oh, I love former hackers. You can learn so much about a hacker.
I was a bit disappointed.
Why?
Because I asked him what like his hacking alias was. He didn't have one.
It was
like
Karl?
Scorpion 55 or Devil Eyes. No, just Karl the hacker.
Alien 724 hates you.
So he has decided to write a book.
Awesome.
About ID theft from the hacker's point of view.
So like ways that he
can get to you.
Right.
And if he can get to you, you can avoid it. So he's almost finished with the book and he wants your advice on how to promote it. And if you don't tell him, he'll just hack your email and find out himself.
Nice. It's a good, you know, and I don't know if you notice this, Karl, but we have a full bank of calls and you're like our first caller.
Oh, I'm not, yeah, that's awesome. Basically, a couple of weeks ago, you were talking to a gentleman and you suggested to him about writing an ebook. And that's really what got me to thinking. And so I was hoping you could enlighten me on how to, number one, where to submit it and how to promote it.
Well, let's talk about you. How'd you become a hacker? Have you always been a hacker?
I've always been into computers, but basically it started, I kind of went to the dark side. I'm a recovering meth addict, and that led me down the wrong path, and I started making counterfeit IDs and checks, cloning credit cards, and so it just went on from there.
Is it difficult to do that, clone a credit card, clone a check?
It's the checks are so easy. You know, it's scary to how easy it is. All that I would need is a account number and know where your bank was. And I could look up the routing number, and then I could make up a check. I could make it look like however I wanted. I could put whatever name, and it would still go through.
And would you do checks in big amounts, or like a couple $100, or did you ever hit like, say, you know what, I'm gonna go for $1,000 or $2,000 here?
Oh yeah, payroll checks. I forgot what the limit was at Walmart, but I would send out. I had people that I would make IDs for and checks, payroll checks, and send them out, and then I would get 60%, but they would be for, you know, around $1,500, $1,600. It just depends, you know, on where we were going to try and cash them, because certain places have certain limits.
Sure. So did you get caught?
I did, actually. I always told the people I sent out to, if they were there more than 2 minutes, or if the person cashing the check said they have to go talk to their supervisor, anything to walk away, to leave. They were calling the police. And one time actually that's what I was doing, a $400 payroll check, and the clerk said, "Oh, I don't have enough money in my drawer. Let me run and go get it from the safe." 3 minutes later, a cop walks in and arrests me.
And then did you serve time?
No, I didn't, but I'm almost off probation. It's been about 9 years, but my son was with me when that happened, and he got put in protective custody, and for a $400 check, it just wasn't worth it.
Oh, gosh,
that was the worst thing I've ever gone through in my life.
And now you're clean?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Congratulations. You know,
thank you.
A lot of people don't get off that stuff, you know.
It's the devil.
It is. It is. All right. You know what? Thank you for calling in. I know it probably wasn't easy to tell a story like that. And, you know, you have a book in you. There's no doubt. And
right.
It's just a matter of getting it out there. You know, and the good news is, Karl, your book doesn't have to be 500 pages. It can be 75 pages. But, you know, maybe a title like 10 Things the Hackers Don't Want You to Know Today from a Former Hacker, you know, or
exactly.
ID theft. We have a whole tip about how to write your book, how to get freelancers a cover. What you're going to do is write it. Once you write it, is that you're going to have it professionally edited, and then submit it to Kindle through the Kindle Direct Publishing program. And it's really simple to do. You don't need a formal publisher. I put you on hold because I'm going to ask Andrew to give you the direct link, as well as I'll post it over in the show picks button. So if you head over to komando.com and hit that show picks button,